everyone and welcome to Dreamchasers. I'm your host, Watchin, and today I am thrilled. See, I didn't say excited. I am very thrilled to have Dani and Alex here with us. They are the founders of Big Vision Empty Wallet. That's Dani, and this is Alex, and we want to welcome them to the show today. Thanks for being with us. So we want to talk a little bit about you guys and the cool things that you're doing, but we're going to start from the beginning. So what did you think you would be when you grew up?
Well, when I was in high school, I was lucky enough to be able to be a part of the IB film program.
Okay.
So as soon as I had my first class, I knew that's where I was going. Definitely going down the film industry path was set for me since high school.
Okay. What did you think you wanted to do?
For me, it was a lot younger. I was 3 years old. I told my mother I wanted to be a mattress. And she realized that that meant actress after I explained to her what the hell I was talking about.
That is hilarious.
And I never really wavered from that except for a really brief period when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old and I wanted to be an archaeologist.
In the career path that you guys had chosen, the mattress / actress and, being in film, didn't necessarily require or doesn't necessarily require going to college. So what made you guys want to go to college?
Well, I mean, for me, education is very important. I wanted to have a well-rounded education so I could pursue other things or other parts of the industry. I didn't know if I wanted to be a director or a producer or, own a studio one day. Who knows? I wanted to have enough knowledge and, a widespread set of things to base my career off of and, to be able to fall back on.
Got it.
For me, I had gone to a performing arts high school.
Okay.
At least at the end of my high school experience, I ended up there. And our professor, who was amazing, he steered everyone in that direction. Go to a conservatory. So go to a university that has a conservatory. Study, learn as much as you can. And I thought that was the only path.
Got it.
So I never realized that I probably didn't need to go to school, but for me,
Okay.
I had a lot of growing up to do. I was a very young 18 years old.
Got it. Wait, what does that mean?
I hadn't experienced that much. I grew up in a town where I didn't have a ton of friends, so I had growing up to do.
Got it.
Before I would have been able to play a role.
I hear you.
I was a communications major with a specialization in digital media and a film studies minor.
Got it.
So the digital media specialization was, for my age group, it was myself and 2 other people.
Oh.
So one thing that I didn't come away with that I would have if I went to a school like NYU or just a school that had a bigger film program are connections.
Okay.
I didn't come out with my core team, the people who, as soon as you graduate, you're making projects that you guys write and you produce them yourselves and you're just being as prolific as you can to hone your craft and to have stuff to show for what you're trying to pursue. And I didn't leave school with that. So that's something that I think I missed out on, and that's something that people should be really conscious of. Like, don't burn bridges when you're in school. If you're working on a group project, do your work, because these are the people who you will be able to get to do things for free for you when you graduate.
Which is very important.
Yeah.
When you start and you have no money, those phone calls, made one
Yeah.
today.
You need your core team.
Yeah.
So that's something that you should really become a
But you
school
could
with.
build your core team after school too, and I think that it's interesting that both of us left college without that core team of people, and then we built it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of what Big Vision Empty Wallet is. I'd never even thought about that before.
Yeah, we made that
We
for
were
ourselves.
I'm always on Dreamchasers.
Well, for me, majoring in theater is if you're going to a conservatory program, you don't really get to do anything else. Because you're forced to do a number of hours of shop work and backstage work, usually your freshman year on school productions, and then you're required to be in the school productions. So there's no time to do anything else. I think it did prepare me for the kind of hours that I work now.
Okay.
It was such long hours. Our classes would start at, it really wasn't a typical college experience at all. Our classes would start at 8.
In the morning?
And we would go basically straight through 6. And then there would be whatever work on whatever production was going on.
I know there are a lot of people now in college who want to go and go the acting route. What are some things that they would be surprised to know that a working actor or someone who's starting out has to deal with in terms of like financial? What sacrifices do they have to make? What things should they be thinking about now?
I think if they're not from New York or LA, if they really don't have the money, I would say maybe go home to where they're from for just a little bit and save up enough money so that when they're pursuing it, they're really pursuing it right.
Got it.
I think something that I really needed was someone to tell me that if you are not ready, then don't go to this meeting. Don't go to this audition if you need to lose 15 pounds. Lose it and then, there will be another audition. Or don't go if you are if this is so not right for you and you don't want to do it, just don't go to it. I think the guidance that I was given was usually wrong. It was a lot of just get yourself out there. It didn't even matter if you were ready or not. But it would be advisable if you want to pursue acting to learn something about business first, about branding and personal branding, and figuring out if you can't tell someone who you are, they're not going to know who you should play.
It's true, very, very true. And what about you? What did you think you'd be doing when you graduated?
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to leave it up to chance. I agree with Dani. I thought success would come immediately, and obviously for most people that's not the case. But before I graduated, I mean, I was always good during school to make sure whenever I had time off, I was always doing internships to build the connections. So I had set up a job for myself already. It was a freelance gig, assisting the director and producers on a feature in London. So I knew that as soon as I left, I gave myself the summer and I set up to be working on this film. It was late September. I was freelancing right when I got out of school, in the meantime looking for a full-time job. So, you just have to be out there all the time, constantly applying to jobs and, keeping the connections that you do have. If you work with someone on a project and you like working with them and you do a good job for them, you need to guarantee for yourself that they're going to bring you on to the next job or the one after that as soon as they can.
Got it. So at what point did you guys decide that how did you two meet, first of all? Because you didn't go to the same school.
Well, that was during the time I was looking for jobs. It was because I was constantly searching for things. I saw a posting that Dani had put up.
What was it for?
I had started a company called Industry Power Play. Was it 4 years ago?
No, 2008. Yeah, 4 years ago.
So I had started this company that was different networking events and film screenings in New York City. I had realized that film was what I wanted, and I didn't know anyone.
What you wanted in terms of what?
In terms of
pursue.
in terms of to pursue, in terms of acting, and by that time I was already writing too, and I realized that was really what I wanted, and I knew no one who worked in film in New York, so I decided to start networking events.
Nice.
And these events had been going on for maybe 6 months at that time, and I really needed help. They had actually gotten popular, and I didn't intend it to be another business for myself.
Got it.
But it had formed into a company, and I did form a company, and it was something that was very regular, and we had an event almost every week. And I had placed an ad that I was looking for people to help me, and I found Alex. And
where was the ad? Craigslist. Aw, jeez. Was it
This is
Craigslist?
pre-Craigslist killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
it
All
was.
right.
I had placed a lot of ads though, and then the one on Craigslist got me hired.
Get Alex on Craigslist.
I didn't rape her. Nothing happened.
Everyone's still safe.
Nothing happened.
We're all good.
Yeah, and then a few months after that, she was my business partner. Build your own community, and then join other communities like Big Vision, Empty Wallet, but also build your own core group of people that you're going to travel on this journey with, and you're going to create with.
And make it be people who you like working with and believe are talented. Just because someone's nice doesn't mean they're the right person. They should be.
Say that again, please. Oh my God. Every friend is not a good business partner or a good person
That's
to work
true.
with.
That's exactly right.
You just took the words right out of
And
my
Alex and I
mouth.
had become friends, but we didn't. We started.
Right, we're
total
business partners.
Craigslist buddies.
Yeah.
And what because this is something that's interesting too. How do you manage that? Like, how is it business first, friends later? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's
I don't
any
think that
managing. There's
never
never been
even
any
thought about it.
confusion. Like, we both ultimately want the best for the company. So if I have a bad idea, my feelings are not hurt when Dani tells me that's a bad idea, because we both want the best possible company.
Which never gets said like that.
No, of course. It's,
what do you what do you say instead? I wouldn't do it that way.
Well,
No,
well,
she'd suggest something else. Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Okay.
because we both have our own ideas.
And we usually end up with a combination of
Yeah.
Got it.
of all ideas.
Got it.
And then I think it's something that we even figured out more recently is once you've built something, once you've created something, then it's time to figure out what your particular role is. There was a long time where we were doing the same thing. And
We were
got-
lucky to have that luxury,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then things could get muddied, you know? It's easier to split it up and make sure we're
Oh, well, now we also have too much to handle.
Right.
It wouldn't be possible anymore.
Got it. So for people who don't know, what is Big Vision Empty Wallet?
Well, it's changed a lot since then. And then it was just that one resource. It was basically a resource guide and articles, and it was really focused on film in New York. And now
Okay.
we have members all over the world, and we're an international networking organization. And
Oh my gosh.
we try to provide as many benefits as possible for the artists who are our members, and we make sure that they fit into 3 different categories.
Okay.
We have the resources that help people create work more easily and with a low budget, because we're Big Vision Empty Wallet, and really the idea behind that is that you shouldn't need billions of dollars to make great work. And you don't need studio backing. You don't need all those rules. You can really do it on your own. So there are the resources that help them create. There are the resources that help people collaborate or find people to collaborate with. So that's our events. They can find people through our website and by posting in our member bulletin. And then there are the benefits and resources that we provide to help people showcase their work.
We're still figuring out what each of us
And it'll
handle.
always change because the company is constantly evolving. And I think that's something that's important. It's not, this is what we created and this is what it is. As the industry
Yeah.
changes, we're changing too.
We'd like to thank Alex and Dani, owners of Big Vision Empty Wallet, for joining us today on Dreamchasers. For more, check us out on the web at www.butnowwhat.com. Until next time, thanks for watching.